Greetings to my team of 144, all Starseeds, Lightworkers, and Wayshowers. It is 11/22 and 8/11/2019, the 11th of August. And these fiery energies are still coming through the field. These intense waves are coming in. We're feeling it deeper and deeper now as we get closer to the harmonic convergence on 8/15/2019. On Thursday the 15th for the full moon and the harmonic convergence. I will be planning a live energy ceremony transmission at 11:11 a.m. on 8/15. So if you bring your crystal, it doesn't matter where you are in this realm or what time you do your ceremonies or your transmissions into the grid, bringing your codes, your highest self. Your transmissions into the field is all love workers, light workers, wayshowers, starseeds around this realm, all over this earth, will be anchoring in their highest grid from their 5D self, from their highest self, into the field. I will be merging my consciousness fully with the Great Spirit, with the Holy Spirit, with the divine great mystery. There were many synchronicities today and a major confirmation for this event on the 15th. Many of you that have been following my story on this channel heard that the mission of the 3 feathers taking the 3 crystals to Las Vegas about a week ago, that I had transmitted my codes into the crystals. They're anchoring into the portals in Nevada. There's a major link between Cleveland, Ohio and Las Vegas, Nevada. They're both negative portals with a lot of the dark magic through the mafia and other entities that are keeping humanity in that debt slavery system and the corruption system, the system of conflict and suffering, which is being lifted in these event energies and through this harmonic convergence. Now, another divine goddess friend of mine that had moved out to Vegas a year ago or more, who I haven't spoken to in many months, sent me a text this morning at 11:11 a.m. that she had been thinking about me all week. So I made contact and talked to her about the harmonic convergence coming up and about this great mission that we're all on, which I've been talking in the videos also about doing the transmission and the ceremony at 11:11 a.m. So it's just another confirmation through Great Spirit that we are right on track, that this is going to happen no matter what we're thinking or feeling at these times. I know there are many great challenges. I know I've been having many shifts in energy, hard expansions, implosion, explosion. Today, it felt like every cell in my body at one moment was imploding and exploding simultaneously. It's hard to explain, but I know many of you have felt it. Many of you that follow along with these transmissions know exactly what I'm talking about. Others may think I'm crazy, but that's okay. People can think and believe whatever they like. We are in a free will universe. The will to think or not think as you so choose. The 1973 just came through. I came into this avatar on 5/10/1973 on Mother's Day, the Divine Goddess. So these Divine Goddess energies have been coming in fully now. Mary Magdalene, the Divine Virgin Mary, the Virgin of Guadalupe, Kuan Yin, Isis, Sophia. All these energies are coming in fully now. Through this last week, through these massive fire energies, I've had Archangel Michael to my right and Crazy Horse to my left, surrounded by the Ascended Masters, Yeshua Christos, Lao Tzu, Buddha, all the masters that I have trained with through these many years, over the last 30 or more years, or actually since birth, but consciously for the last 30 years. They will all be with us through this transition into 5D, and with us on the harmonic convergence. We will be surrounded by these angelic beings, by our spirit guides, the ascended masters, all our ancestors, and the star nations will be with us, our star brothers and sisters. So also, if you bring your most sacred crystal, stone, whatever objects you use for your spiritual practices, bring that to your ceremony on the harmonic convergence. Also, my spirits guides were saying to bring any sacred oils that you have. My guides are telling me to bring the vetiver, which will be anointing the soles of our feet, the palms, and the third eye, and whatever other instruments, stones, crystals that you may bring with these sacred oil. Whatever oils that resonate with you will be part of the ceremony, part of the transmission, as we assist all of humanity in lifting up all beings. Now, I went to the sacred ground today in preparation for this sacred ceremony on Thursday, and I was walking barefoot through the stones and the moss. There was beautiful moss along the trail, and also one of the native bent trees, which looks like a dragon, which I stood under and touched with my crystal, the double terminated crystal, my twin flame crystal that I'll be using in the ceremony. And as I climbed this cliff, it was a shale cliff, and it's pretty high up, maybe 100 feet up from the river. And I'm not a mountain climber by any means. Everyone in my family has what's called vertigo, where you spin at heights. You know, my 2 brothers, 2 sisters, my mother, we're all O negative. We all have that, I guess you could call affliction, vertigo, when you're up high. But I've been climbing this cliff for most of my life, so it's like a sister to me, so it doesn't affect me in a negative way. If anything, it lifts my spirit. And as I got to the top of this cliff, there's a groove with roots of the trees, these old pine trees, and it's a pine forest where I'll be taking you all on my journey. As I got to the top, there were several what people call killer bees flew out from the roots of this tree up into my face, and I just said, "Hello, brothers." And they said back to me, "Hello, brother." And they went about their business. I don't know why they're called killer bees, because they're friends of mine, like most creatures I come across. So as I was sitting and meditating in the woods, somehow a mosquito broke through my shields, my protections, and I looked down and it was filling up with blood. So I whacked it off me with my hat and sat there and thought, okay, here we go. Because normally when I get in the past, which doesn't happen very often, to get through my shields, I'll swell up. I'll get usually a big lump and it'll itch intensely for hours and sometimes days. So I reached down into the earth in the dry dirt and grabbed a handful of this really soft dirt, and I rubbed it into where the mosquito had taken the blood, and it was on a major acupuncture point. A lot of times you'll see that, because after about 10 minutes I started feeling it start to itch. So I said, okay, here we go, let's do this sacred ceremony. And I rubbed the dirt into the wound, or where it had bit me, and I said, "Thank you, Mother Earth, Gaia, for healing me." And it totally stopped itching and never swelled up, and I had 0 problems. So these are some of the old traditional ways that are coming back to the Rainbow Tribes that we will be able to use here. And also the other day I was hiking with a friend of mine, and he slipped and fell and gashed his hand open on a fallen tree on the bark, and it was bleeding pretty good. So I found a few abandoned spider webs. I won't use a web with a spider living on it. There's many. If you walk through the woods, you'll find many abandoned, left behind webs from the spider. So I grabbed a handful, bunched it up, half a handful, and not even that much, but a small stone size, and I pushed it into his open wound, and immediately it stopped bleeding, and he even said it had a numbing effect. So that's another technique one can use if you're out in the field and you get a cut. Obviously, if it's a massive wound, that's not going to stop the bleeding. You need a tourniquet or something like that, but do some survival training for instances like that. So I had several other synchronicities today that are aligning with this great harmonic convergence coming up. On the way to driving to my brother's this evening, as I was driving down the road, one of the biggest hawks I've ever seen flew right in front of my car, and it was as if the Holy Spirit transmitted through this great raptor, this great being of light, through my soul and into my heart, which I plan on transmitting through my video feed at 11:11 a.m. this Thursday, as I merge and allow the Great Spirit, the Holy Spirit, to use this vessel, this avatar, in service to humanity, to help uplift and assist Gaia and all life into 5D and beyond, which is what we're all on mission for. That's what all the Lightworkers will be doing on the 15th, several days before, several days after. Any practices of our arts in the next few days will assist the full manifestation on the 15th. So we'll see what happens. I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but I have faith in the goodness of the Great Spirit and the love of great mystery to come through fully on this day and assist for the final breakthrough mission through this mission of assisting the ascension of Gaia and all beings in all realms through the Still Center. Today's first transmission is from Michael Love and the Pleiadians. The event, Operation Starlight, commences. Pleiadian Light Forces transmission, 811-2019. An angelic message to the Starseeds of Earth, channeled by Michael Love. Begin transmission. Great Ones. 2 Earth weeks ago, the Starseed Collective of Earth reached a monumental evolutionary point where a major compression breakthrough of divine light was close to occurring for the first time in modern history. This breakthrough of light caused the few remaining dark forces on the surface to rev up their game, as you may well know. Benevolent light forces have been working around the clock for the last 6 months to remove the last blocks preventing humanity's ascension to the new Earth. Due to the critical nature of the cosmic battle of light and dark on the surface, benevolent light forces have escalated the removal of these ascension blocks to a higher level. So what is this big surprise in store for the remaining dark forces on the surface of the Earth? It is threefold. The Dark Ones are about to slam into a brick wall of intense celestial light. You must know that the beings of Earth are waking up in mass numbers, and starseeds are leading the charge in this great awakening. There is a strong collective light building in the hearts of the beings of Earth that is the most powerful force in the universe. The beings of love and light doing a good work here on the Earth are just not going to be tread on, enslaved, or abused by nefarious beings anymore. Number 2, as you are aware, intervening benevolent light forces from higher realms are also here assisting the beings of Earth in their ascension. These light beings have the solar system surrounded and have completely seized back ownership of the Earth. These benevolent angelic forces are in full control now of all systems of this world and are on a mission to ensure that humanity is set on a positive timeline where peace, abundance, and freedom shall prevail on Earth. Along with the ground forces of love and light, these higher beings are working fast and hard to completely set this world free from the tyranny and harm that has existed here for eons and which has nearly destroyed the beings here on this beautiful planet. Number 3, as described below, light forces have deployed a new operation to completely illuminate the 3D matrix with celestial, healing, and transforming light from the central sun that is much more potent than what we have been receiving for the last year. This powerful central sunlight will illuminate every dark space in the 3D matrix, It will reveal all hidden things and will completely eradicate all harmful and dark forces from the planet's surface. Earth Alliance intel says the gamma light waves coming in that upgrades human DNA to a more advanced state are going to increase in power and will become much stronger than what we have seen so far. We are directly participating members of the Earth Alliance, and our team of light is responsible for receiving, decoding, and rebroadcasting light data given to the Earth Alliance. We came to herald grand news to you this day. Dear ones, in response to the latest failed efforts of the remaining surface archons to manipulate the beings of Earth, the Councils of Light initiated a green light go 11 Earth hours ago to commence Operation Starlight. Operation Starlight is fully underway, being carried out by Pleiadian Delta ground forces with support from 4 primary Federation craft docked in Earth's atmosphere with oversight by the Councils of Light. The primary objective of this operation is to 1. Eradicate any remaining archonic forces from the face of the Earth and to create enough light density around the Earth to trigger the imminent compression breakthrough of light on the surface. In common terms, Great One, the forces of light and the Earth Alliance have agreed they are going to turn the volume of light coming into Earth to a higher level. The original plan of the Councils of Light to move things forward on a positive gamma timeline to the new Earth involved sending slow bursts of gamma light over a longer period so starseeds could integrate it easier. In an emergency Council of Light meeting with the Earth Alliance yesterday, it was agreed that starseeds are now strong enough to handle larger increase in light coming into the human vessel. However, it is known that these higher infusions of gamma light could possibly blow the physical vessel out for any being who resonates too low in frequency. This would primarily be the base and harmful beings that exist on the surface of the Earth. The coordinators of Starlight say it's the only sure way to put an end to the tyranny and destruction that has ravished Earth for the last 350,000 years. When will the strong gamma light come to Earth? Channel Delta Forces Intel says it has already started and will increase dramatically over the coming days and weeks. They have advised all starseeds to begin clearing personal energy fields of all toxic, low-vibrating energies and only take natural, healthy energies into the body to lessen the effects of taking in large amounts of central sunlight. It is also recommended to disconnect from all energy manipulators in your life and in this world by simply saying no to them. A built-in natural universal law allows any contract made with archons to siphon off your life force out of trickery, ignorance, fear, bullying, or threats to be cancelled at once by simply saying, "No, I do not consent to your intimidations anymore." Benevolent life forces have conveyed they will be using powerful crystal technology to amplify the divine light from the central sun to a level that has not been seen in modern history, and will be deflecting it onto Earth over the coming days and weeks. The Earth Alliance received a large data cache on the Pleiadian light technology used on this mission, and this data cache will also be released over the coming hours. Be responsible and do your part on this grand mission, not only for the sake of humanity's evolution, but for your own sake. Remember, this is the first ascension in all universes where you will be taking your physical container up through faster vibrating dimensions, where physical things can't exist normally. This is what makes this ascension most unique. The goal is not to lose the physical container and stay in it as it transforms from carbon cells to crystalline cells. The light is going to do the work, but starseeds must lighten their body container to allow this to all work correctly. One just can't continue to think or act in a negative, debased manner, or continue to be exposed, or ingest toxic 3D substances and expect to transition into the 5th dimensional Earth. Those lower energies cannot exist in the new Earth dimension. Your body must be prepared now to be able to morph into a crystal light body, and it cannot do this unless all 3D toxins and energies are moved out of the way. You know all the things you must do now, so we suggest you get focused on what is most important here. Life forces say to any dark forces remaining on Earth, Embrace light or be consumed by it. When a light shines in a dark room, where does the darkness go? Light has come into this world, Great One, and things are getting ready to move much faster now. Dear ones, do not be sidetracked by the trauma and drama of 3D world systems because of all that is just a distraction to stop humanity's move towards a better version of the earth where peace, goodness, and health and abundance abound. A historical and incredible planetary liberation operation is underway, regardless of what might still be witnessed in the world around you. There is a bit of chaos occurring as dimensions continue to clash, but the dust will settle soon. This entire realm is transforming into a new world of light, from the sky to the ground, as powerful forces of light descend down onto the planet's surface. The collective energy of millions of starseeds stationed here has finally reached a critical mass state, and the most powerful force of light ever known has come to the earth. Remember that darkness has no power at all over the light. As it was said in ancient writings, the light came into the world, and the darkness has never been able to put it out. Thank you for the good work you have done on earth to make this world a better place for all of humanity. Without you, there would be no light or hope here. We are witnesses to the greatest time in human history, and we simply say what we see and hear from the higher realms. Prepare your being, dear one, for the major influx of Pleiadian 5D gamma light over the coming days. All hands on deck, as all systems are go for Operation Starlight. Godspeed, Michael and the Pleiadians, from 5DEarthProject.com. And now from the Galactic Federation of Light, from FM 144, Special Operations of Surficom, happening today, August 11, 2019. According to the last update from FM 144, about the return of the Wingmakers, Berlin and Potsdam must be liberated from the dark influences to allow the light forces to take control of the planetary grid. If the German ley lines and vortices were free, the grid could no longer be maintained. That is why the Dark Ones have been causing so much chaos, manipulation, and destruction in this part of Europe for thousands of years, with the climax of the 2 world wars. But it is only a matter of time until Berlin is liberated from any dark influences, and the ley lines in this area, like the one connected to the Sanssouci Palace, will be freed again. Such operations are happening today. More details will be provided in our next updates. Please focus your intention in the cleaning process of all ley lines and vortices related to the goddess energy located in Berlin and Potsdam in special, but also around the world. Goddess wants justice and peace. Justice arrived and peace will be made. Victory of the light. Also today, on August 11th, 3 major events have occurred. Jupiter goes direct. Uranus turns retrograde from August 11th until January 10th, 2020. Uranus will show us the way to change ourselves and adapt to what's coming. Mercury enters Leo. This will boost our self-confidence and help us express our true potential. The second greatest energy shift after the Black Moon. Today's Dream Spell Journey by Volume Votan and Bolonilk. Kin 30, the self-existing chamber of heart. Today's Kin 30, self-existing dog. 4 dog is equivalent to the Mayan glyph 4 oak, one of the clear signs inscribed on a sarcophagus lid of Pakal Votan, as established by the Telectanon prophecy. The glyph of oak or ok, OK or OC is Mayan for dog. Within the Maya cosmology, the dog is one who guides the nocturnal sun, the jaguar, during its night passage through Shilkababa in order to ensure the next sunrise, the resurrection of the sun. 11 August 2019, NS1.32.1.17, Kin 30, white, self-existing dog. The code for the day, the mantra is, I define in order to love, measuring loyalty. I seal the process of heart with the self-existing tone of form. I am guided by the power of death. I am a polar kin. I convert the white galactic spectrum. Harmonic 8, rhythmic process. Formulate free will of equality. Thank you all for joining me today on this transmission. I appreciate each and every one. Thank you all for leaving your comments, sharing your love vibration, your energies through the comments in these videos. Thank you for liking and commenting and sharing these videos. I appreciate each and every one of you on mission here. I'd like to also thank everyone that sent in their Loveolution Starseed Blueprint transmission. You can see those on primedisclosure.com/blueprint. And also I'd like to thank all the love workers that have joined us on our mission for the Healing Retreat Center and Sustainable Community in Ecuador. We are raising funds using a CBD business, which you can join us on cbdpeaceoil.com. The links will be in the description below this video. So I look forward to the coming days of this harmonic convergence and for connecting with you all, with all love workers, way showers, starseeds, through the grid, through the field, through the ley lines of Gaia, the consciousness of Mother Earth, as we connect through the grid, especially on the ceremony of the harmonic convergence this Thursday, 11/11, and I will be doing my transmission and ceremony Eastern time, 11:11 a.m. Eastern time, but it doesn't matter what time that you do your transmissions and ceremonies. Anytime on the 15th, we'll be connecting with each one of our love transmissions and codes as we anchor them fully into Gaia, into the grid, into the field of consciousness, the collective consciousness, unity consciousness. As we all come together, we are gathering in the higher dimensions and bringing that energy down into the lowest frequencies, dimensions, to uplift all life, all of humanity, all beings in all realms through all eternity. So thank you all. I appreciate each and every one of you. I love you all. Namaste.